And the denials from the Biden administration that he's in cognitive decline strain credibility and look ludicrous, right, in retrospect. That automatically places you in the category of a bad person, a barbarian, not part of the elite, not part of the anointed. You're outside of polite society if you say that Joe Biden is senile. But is that not the first word that rises to your lips? Is it much more natural to say Joe Biden is senile than to say Joe Biden is experiencing cognitive decline? Isn't it more natural and healthy and realistic to say homeless, right, rather than people who are experiencing homelessness? Isn't it more natural to say illegal alien rather than undocumented alien, someone who's just forgotten their documents, or someone who's in the country illegally, right? You normally naturally would say illegal aliens. So because conservatives don't have this liberal restriction on vocabulary, there are vast parts of reality that conservatives have a much easier time being frank and realistic about. Liberals want to stigmatize frank and easy discussion of group differences, that different ages have different gifts, that different sexes have different gifts, that different races and ethnicities and religions tend to have different gifts. So back in January 6, 2022, Edward Luce wrote for the Financial Times. And the Financial Times, about the most prestigious English language publication in the world today, probably either exceeding, matching, or just below the New York Times. And so January 6, 2022, he wrote, "On no topic is the bifurcation of America's media more evident than that of the president's age. To the conservative media world, right, Joe Biden's imagined senility is a staple. Republican figures routinely call for him to take cognitive tests. The term dementia is bandied about. By contrast, the closest traditional outlets have come to addressing Joe Biden's age as an issue as a spate of reports into the low ratings of his Vice President Kamala Harris. So for the liberals, it is as if openly acknowledging Biden's advancing years will validate the right-wing conspiracy mongers. Well, it turns out the right-wing conspiracy mongers were right.
Right now is now Biden's decline is undeniable, and so the media now have to cover it because it's totally undeniable. But that shouldn't be the job of the media. The media should be first on the scene, not last on the scene. It shouldn't be some rando Twitter account that's covering the news, and 6 months later, the media are like, hey, by the way, that rando Twitter account, turns out he was right. It should be the media. They're the ones with the most access.